Hi, it's Alex from Raw Selection. Today's book review is Your Next 5 Moves by Patrick Bet-David. The first move is around knowing yourself. This is something we've put a lot of emphasis on both with the leadership team and everyone in the organisation here at Raw Selection to begin to understand themselves better, but also understand those of their colleagues and those around them. You can use various different methods of this. We've used DISC assessments, we've used Jordan Peterson assessments, we've used anything we can get our hands on online to give us a better indication of us and who we are, but also be able to learn about those sat around you and your colleagues that are in the business. Patrick also discusses about understanding your why and really getting to grips with your purpose, your mentality, and why you're doing what you want to do. One of the elements he uses here, which is also linked to his other book, is pain. We will do Tony Robbins' quote, you will do a lot more to avoid pain than you will do to gain pleasure. And he looks at part of understanding yourself is understanding the pain points of yourself, which also is a major driver for your drive and your ambition as to avoid those pain points or to justify who you are now from where you were previously. Another tool that is a reference in this book that we use is also Johari's window, which just helps you with understanding different elements of yourself, of what you weren't aware of, you're now aware of, what you are aware of in yourself, maybe other people are not aware of. So it's a useful tool as well, all about understanding yourself. Lastly, he references using heroes and more successful people to learn from and to guide you. Basically, success leaves clues. If you have goals, you have ambitions, you want to achieve X, Y, and Z, find people who've done that, find them people that have had the success that you aspire to have, and look for the breadcrumbs that they've left as to how they've achieved it. Number 2 is mastering the ability to reason. A lot of this chapter is around taking ownership. When things go bad and things go wrong, instead of blaming the market, instead of blaming everybody around you, blaming your background, blaming your upbringing, or using any excuse you can, is to start with, no, it's me. Patrick has a really nice way of focusing around challenges and problems. He looks at the challenges and problems as opportunities to grow. He looks at this as the opportunity to improve and to be better rather than crisis mode, and deals with it in a better way than just going into complete flux and challenge and problems are embraced by saying, right, this is how we get better. If you come to the table with X, we need to change to Y, this is your opportunity to make that change rather than just focus on the negatives. With this decision making for problems and challenges, he actually focuses around, are you focusing on the symptom or are you focusing on the cause? Calculating the return on investment of your decisions, obviously acting fast in order to fail quickly or succeed quickly, but all in all, looking at how do you drive effective decision making. Move number 3 is obviously going to be my favorite, running an executive search firm, is mastering building the team. One of the things I'm a strong believer in, if you show me a firm that has a very strong selection, interview and attraction process, that for me is a firm that has struggled in the past at hiring talent. The areas of pain and problems we have, we work on the most to make the most amount of change, and to get that right for a business to scale, the team is the absolute importance of that. The area of focus here is also how you focus on the attraction of executives, the attraction of employees and people into your organization. Being prepared to ask questions like, what are your competitors doing that you're doing better? Why should we work for you over somebody else? What are you doing that's unique in your business? What is it like to work at your organization? How do you describe your culture? The last one is something that I struggled on for quite some time, and then I found the culture canvas and we built out something around that, and we were able to clearly differentiate ourselves with regards to our culture, as opposed to just being, it's a nice place to work, people get along with each other. Being actually able to articulate these things and think about them rather than giving woolly and fluffy answers. Because one of the big challenges for any firm, private equity firm or portfolio company, is you may have had phenomenal growth, but so's somebody else. You may have the biggest potential in your market, but so's another market. So's the same company in the same market. How are you differentiating yourself? But also how are you communicating that to the people that could be your next star employee? The next element of this chapter is centered around talent retention. What are you doing around compensation? What are you doing around improving your culture? What are you doing around improving your people and your development and progress, career pathways, etc., on your talent retention. And how are you keeping hold of the exceptional people in your business? But then that nicely flows into his final point around firing gently. I'm a big advocate of Gary Vee's process of hiring is guessing and firing is knowing. Unfortunately, no matter what firm you've got, no matter what portfolio company you have, you're going to have to do this, and it's going to be part of the makeup of your organization. It's not a pleasant thing to do, but firing gently, being very clear and very firm with regards to the reasons so that there's no ambiguity around it. Being able to give them and focus around what they've actually done well and their strengths. Again, he reiterates the gentleness of the firing. Treat people as well as you did on the way in as you can do on the way out. You, of course, have a very clear exit process and follow that exit process to the letter. Move 4 is master the strategy to scale. For the CEO, he breaks this down into 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1 is next innovation campaign. 1 is next innovation campaign. 2 is leadership development. 3 is operating systems. And 4 is business development, relationships, and sales. The chapter discusses those in detail around those areas of focus. As a chief exec, those should be the moves that you're looking to play within your business to make sure that you're assessing all of those equally, but also more of them when they're needed. It might be that BD and sales need more attention. It might be that your leadership team needs more attention. But as an executive, those are the areas that you should be focusing on to help grow and scale your business. The chapter then discusses around accountability. If you're looking to improve your employees' performance, then you have to look at accountability and pressure. People respect what you inspect. If you're not looking at the performance of your employees, if you're not looking at the performance of your executive team in your portfolio companies, which I'm sure and I hope that you are doing, but you need to look at all different aspects, because the more that you look into something, the more somebody will perform better as you hold them accountable to what you need them to get done. Patrick continues this by looking at the how. He talks about asking them why, shutting up, letting them communicate, and giving them perspective. Big believer in understanding how people are thinking, but give them time to answer and give them time to give a perspective rather than just talking at them and giving them your perspective, understand theirs. Look at coaching, look at development, look at improving on people. Look at how you can help them achieve what you want them to achieve and the reasons why they're not getting there. Talks about providing very clear metrics, very clear expectations on tasks, but also operating with absolute empathy and care for the person that you're looking to do. It might not be the easiest task, it might not be the easiest role, but make sure that you're showing care, rapport, and empathy with your executive team, and that you are very clear with regards to what you want to get done and how you want it done. Patrick also talks about speed. Failing fast, succeeding fast, but taking action. Patrick references the film Moneyball here about making detailed decisions and looking at data. Again, it comes down to early chapters around root cause analysis, not just looking at symptoms. Looking at what you want to achieve and what's the data telling you as to how you do it. Lastly, the advice he shares is to stay paranoid. Paranoid means that you're always looking at what other people are doing, you're always concerned, you're always scared, you're not becoming the fat cat that becomes lazy. Remain sharp and always have a level of paranoia. Move number 5 is mastering power plays. Patrick begins by talking about Goliath. For those that don't know about Patrick's career, is he went up against the biggest insurance company and decided to make the play and challenge them. He talks about making sure you choose the right time to make that play, because if he did it too early in his business, they would have destroyed him. If he did it too late, he'd have missed the opportunity. So making sure that when you choose to go up against Goliaths, and that could just be the next phase and the next company that you're looking to tackle and overtake, is making sure that you're ready and prepared to go after that. And when you go after the big boys, they're obviously going to swallow you up, they're going to put legal, and they're going to do everything to stop it happening. So when you go up against Goliath, make sure that you're prepared as David was. Patrick talks about something he's an absolute master at, which is why he's so popular, a couple of books, as well as his YouTube channels and everything else that he does to promote his business, himself, and everything else, but his self-promotion. He talks a lot about self-brand, getting yourself out there and being basically shameless with getting your profile and getting your name, company name, into the lips of your competitors, your customers, and everybody that will listen. He then talks about mastery and the focus around that, particularly around sales and negotiation and becoming a master of that. A lot of his videos, he'll suggest reading every book you can on a particular topic like sales and negotiation, with everything on Amazon that's above 4 stars. And this is something that Patrick has done himself. So thank you very much for listening to this book review. I hope that you've got value out of it. Role Selection is an executive search firm working exclusively within the private equity industry. If you are looking at a new opportunity and exploring a role either at a PE firm or in a portfolio company, then please do reach out to us at Role Selection. But thank you very much for watching.